Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Pittsburgh billboard sends blunt message to Steelers, trade Tomlin or sell the team. A Pittsburgh Steelers fan has purchased a billboard near the team's South Side facility to protest the team's results over the last decade. Kevin Adams bought a billboard that reads, "Just off the Boulevard of the Allies. The standard is mediocrity. Trade Tomlin or sell the team, Rooney. We've had enough." At the end of the billboard, it says that Adams paid for it. This is the latest outcry of outrage from the fanbase amid a 6-game losing streak, which, for head coach Mike Tomlin, is the second longest playoff losing streak of all time. The Steelers have not won a playoff game in 8 years, despite making the playoffs multiple times since then. On Sunday during the Super Bowl, Tomlin was hit with a shot by Ramanal Law, a law group in Pittsburgh. Is there an area of law that focuses on firing underperforming football coaches? The commercial continued with another subtle dig about the standard, which has become a key point for Tomlin since his hiring, stating that the standard is one of the most iconic Tomlinisms. All of this culminates in the fanbase being unhappy with Tomlin and the product on the field. It has only festered as the team has made little to no change to their coaching staff, including retaining both coordinators. Former Broncos QB Russell Wilson gets good news prediction before offseason. Former Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson has expressed his desire to remain with the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, the Steelers appear ready to at least let the 10-time Pro Bowler test the market if not leave. The difference this time around is that the narrative around Wilson has shifted. Bleacher Report's Alex K noted that Wilson sputtered down the stretch. K also predicted that Wilson could make a fine option for the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts soon may have to admit the Anthony Richardson experiment was a failure, K wrote on February 11. While it's not time to give up on Richardson entirely, he hasn't been a capable starter. The Colts would be better served bringing in a veteran who the young signal caller can model his game after and learn from during the 2025 season. Russell Wilson could fit the bill, even after sputtering down the stretch during his first year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Calvin Austin makes the grab for 48 yards. Wilson, 36, completed 63.7% of his passes for 2,482 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions during the 2024 regular season. He improved his interception and sack rate from his final season with the Broncos, 2023. He also missed 6 weeks with a calf injury. Richardson completed 47.7% of his throws for 1,814 yards with 8 TDs and 12 INTs in 2024. Wilson signed a 1-year, $1.2 million contract with the Steelers after the Broncos cut him from his 5-year, $245 million pact. He could be in line for a significant raise and more security. K argues that a move to the Colts would not only boost the franchise but could also be a boon for Wilson. Wilson had an unceremonious exit from the Broncos and would be on his 4th team in 5 seasons. A change of scenery and getting a chance to play under renowned quarterback whisperer Shane Steichen, who had both Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert thrive under his tutelage, could rejuvenate Wilson's career. The Colts managed to go 8-9 and remain in the playoff hunt for much of the 2024 campaign despite their quarterback troubles, which Wilson could solve on a relatively affordable deal in the $35 million per year range, K wrote. With Wilson under center, the Colts would not only have a chance to contend in a wide-open AFC South race, but they'd also get a chance to rehabilitate Richardson's career during a season he can spend studying from the sidelines. It'd be a sensible move for a Colts squad that doesn't have other viable paths to improve the position from its number 14 overall draft slot. #ColtsHC Shane Steichen on whether Anthony Richardson needs competition in 2025 training camp. I think that's a conversation that Chris, Ballard, and I will have moving forward. Richardson, 22, was the number 4 overall pick of the 2023 draft. Richardson started 4 games as a rookie due to injury. He dealt with injuries in 2024, too. But the young QB was also benched during the season for veteran Joe Flacco after the former pulled himself from a game. That decision did not sit well with some in the Colts organization. The door could be open for a player like Wilson to step in and start in 2025. Russell Wilson, number 3 of the Pittsburgh Steelers, is introduced before a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Wilson has also been linked as a potential option for the New York Giants. Wilson met with them in 2024 after the Broncos cut him before signing with the Steelers. But CBS Sports' Nick Brinkerhoff predicted that Wilson would return to the Steelers. The Steelers are basically stuck in the middle. The quarterback class in the draft is less than impressive, the free agent market is even worse, and no one is coming available in the trade market. All of that seems to add up to another year of Wilson in the Steel City. Pittsburgh's defense has kept them from bottoming out, leaving them without a true avenue to catapult back to contender status, Brinkerhoff wrote on February 10. It would be surprising if Wilson wasn't wearing the black and gold again next season. I was with Russell Wilson on Friday, and he feels like there's a chance he's going to be back in Pittsburgh. He's having conversations with the organization about the future at Adam Schefter #PMSLiveUSA. Today's Tyler Dragon expressed similar sentiments, projecting the Steelers as the best fit and top landing spot for Wilson. The Steelers are probably going to bring back either Wilson or Justin Fields. Fields has the higher upside at this point in their respective career, Dragon wrote on February 10. There are rumors that the Steelers could re-sign Wilson for another go-around. Fields figures to have a few suitors elsewhere. The situation underscores the Broncos' decision to move on from Wilson. Steelers' mock trade proposals for Deeboo Samuel will make fans cringe. Rumors are circulating to land a big-name receiver via trade. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that Deeboo Samuel would like a change of scenery. Samuel told Schefter, "It was a hard conversation to have with Kyle because of the relationship that we have," Samuel told ESPN's Adam Schefter. "But I have to do what's best. I'm more than thankful for the Niners giving me the opportunity of a lifetime, but now I think we should find another team." Another veteran receiver with a big name that follows him means another trade rumor going to the Steelers. There has yet to be any leaked trade chatter like Pittsburgh had with the 49ers last offseason revolving around Brandon Ayuk. Expect that to change over the coming weeks as clubs try to solve their cap situation going into free agency. Right now, San Francisco is trying to manage their cap issues. They aren't hurting for money at this juncture, but Brock Purdy needs an extension, which will require money to be cleared. Samuel hasn't been the same player in recent years for the 49ers. Pittsburgh would be wise to place some calls, but they can't afford a monster trade. Some mock trade proposals could scare off the fans if they got leaked. San Francisco's current situation doesn't give them much leverage in trade talks. They failed to do much with Ayuk last offseason, so it is hard to believe a player requesting a deal on an expiring contract after the upcoming season would give them much say. Omar Khan should be placing calls and offering little for the veteran receiver. A pick swap in the middle rounds of the upcoming draft and their earliest selection out of their 3 picks in the 7th round doesn't seem far-fetched. Samuel is coming off a down year. Samuel just turned 29 last month, so he remains in his prime, but there aren't too many years left. With his need for a new contract, the Steelers should be lowballing the 49ers. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Deeboo Samuel? Leave your opinion in the comments.